Nope.
Hi, sit back and I'm going to tell you a story of Joe Kudo and myself, Skeptical Edge and Spooky Scotty Rorek, and all our fun adventures we've had out here at Church Road Cemetery. They even have a chair for me now. So welcome to Church Road Cemetery on the Skeptical Edge TV. Probably the coolest adventure that we ever had happened right here on the road. We'll show you inside the cemetery when we go in here in a second. But this here was what we call the episode of the Phantom Car. Now, we were sitting inside and we were up around the cemetery area and we heard this car come down the road. It's a pretty long road, as you can see. We saw these lights come down, we heard an engine. We were standing up that way and we said, hey, might as well come down this way because we're going to actually see, you know, we figured it was the cops because there's, you know, all the kids come out here and, you know, they're vandals. We'll show you some of the damage they did on the tombstones up there. But so we decided to come down. We come down here. We walk down here, and we look down this road. No one was there. We looked down the road that way, and no one was there. I had a 1,000,000 candle watt flashlight at that time, and I pushed it down the road. And if you can look all the way down where that car just drove by, I was able to hit with my flashlight that street sign down there that says stop. And nobody was here. Nobody was up that way. Nobody was down this way. So we had a vanishing car that all four of us saw. Joe was there, I was there, Scott was there, and I forgot who else was there that night. Do you remember?
May have been Jamie.
Yeah, maybe it was Jamie.
Jamie.
But yes, we had, the four of us were out here, and it was incredible. Where does the car go? I mean, first of all, you know, why is there a chair out here? That's another mystery to be solved later. But where does the car go? So this little cemetery has had tremendous amount of activity. Even having a ton today, just coming out here starting filming today. One time Joe and I were right here actually. My right 2010 Crown Vic was parked right here. I was on the phone with my wife Terry, and we're just sitting here. We're taking a break because we wanted to get off the cemetery grounds. We're taking a break. Joe's having a smoke, and we're leaning up against the car. And then Joe's looking that way and we're looking that way. And if you want to come in and look, take a picture of Joe right where you were. You were right up there, or you were standing here looking right there, and you saw a figure there. And you looked at me and you looked back at the figure, and the figure just went like, hey, I saw.
It did. It dropped right to the ground like someone had ducked or something.
Yeah. And there's a mound over there that you can't hide from, and there's a barbed wire fence right there. So if somebody was trying to get in, we had heard them trying to scurry away. They didn't scurry away. So that was probably one that I call one of Joe Kudo's biggest oh shit moments.
It was.
I swear, but that was the one. We've had rocks thrown on us on here from Native Americans. This was a very spiritual land when it first came through. We were walking up this path up this way, Joe and I were, and all of a sudden we had little pebbles come right by us. So it was amazing. And this is just outside the cemetery. This is not even in the cemetery of all the stuff that we had. So today we're out here and we've already started. I mean, you guys came out early to get some of the drone footage and some of the early footage, and we've already had activity happen. Like Joe he saw somebody walking, right? We were in the car getting warm. He saw somebody walking this way, and nobody was there.
Yeah.
You two heard voices down here at the end of the driveway this morning, a person's voice. And I saw a shadow figure up that way. But just so you know who the running man is, the running man has been one of the spirits that we've encountered since the beginning here. We kind of call him that because he's very heavy-footed. he kind of runs like this. And you could be sitting with your back to the cemetery. All of a sudden, you'll hear those footsteps. You turn around, no one's there. You'll be sitting up in, you know, doing a vigil up in the cemetery. Nothing there. Yep, I saw that too.
I was catching something out of the corner of my eye.
It's everywhere here. I mean, what's so wonderful is it's the spirits of the cemetery, and it's all the Native American spirits from the land. So everything that we encountered here is other than Running Man, because he can startle you, we've never had anything really scary.
Oh, that scared me.
Oh, yeah, but that's just your reaction to it.
Well, yeah.
But it's not one of those things where you're going to say, oh, there's demons or
Oh,
that
no.
type of stuff. That type of energy is not up here. It's more of a protective land. The land is one of where nature meets. As you can see, we're out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there's nothing out here. And well, Church Road Cemetery used to have a church in there. They ended up moving it from here back into the town of Portage, well, which is like 4 or 5 miles down the road. And then we're just out in the middle of cornfield, all the way around us. The cemetery is probably one of the coolest places that I know. Every time that we've come here with people from the media, film crews, we've done ourselves, we've come with all psychic groups, we've come with whoever we come with, we have some experience here, and it's just a most incredible place, especially for young ghost hunters and young mediums and psychics to really understand what spirit is and to be able to work with spirits. We used to set our base camp up in this area here, up on the top of the hill. If you ever had your back to the cemetery and you sat here, and after talking, even if people are facing you, you could be sitting here and you would hear Running Man. Running Man always came at you from right here. But we've heard Running Man today from up there where the porta potties are, I guess. I don't know why they're there. There's also, we'll show you some footage later of some shoes and stuff that kids have put up there. Don't understand why they're there. Something to research. So we end up seeing, sometimes you see a younger spirit over in this area. But when Joe and I were out here originally, we sat up here, and we'll go a little farther. So we'll get to that in a second. So up here you see where the Schultz was. This thing here is actually laying on the ground. I don't know how they got it down. Way more energy than I, but as you can see, they came back in, like this one was broken. They've come back in and started putting it back together. That one was broken and they ended up by a stump. So really it's them trying to put this back together and show some dignity for the spirits that live here. This is where, and I'm going to try to get to Joe a copy of it. I have to look for it. It's in my archive somewhere at home. But this is where we actually got on film. I had an infrared camera, a still camera at the time from Sony, one of the ones at night vision.
That was like the full spectrum, wasn't it?
No, it was a Sony night vision.
Was it?
Yeah,
okay, I was thinking it was a.
Yeah, they had a digital camera that did the same thing, and we had people from, where was it, NASA or
MUFON.
MUFON actually looked at it and couldn't tell us that, and they looked at all the specs on the picture and everything, and they couldn't tell us that what we caught wasn't some form of energy. But anyway, we're talking about the two spirits that we caught up here, and just very similar to these towers, we found two little girls, but they were over here. And as you can see, people know that the spirits of the girls are here because there's teddy bears and everything that they put there in honor of them. But we saw two shadows very similar to that over here, and it wasn't reflection or anything because it was night vision, so there was no lights out here at the time. And as I showed you before, being miles away, there's no EMF out here other than any phones that we bring, because the nearest power line is right down at the end of the street where we showed you where the car came from. So and it's buried and it's up on the other side, so we're far away. The airport is up over that way, so you'll hear a plane once in a while. There's a train that comes by, but that's all that this is out here. So and there, as you can see, there's no lighting, there's no electricity in this grounds at all. We've had some skeptical people like Joe, and he's not skeptical anymore. Just letting everybody
I used to be really bad, folks.
I'm
really.
outing him. He's a medium.
No! I don't know. I'm starting to.
Didn't I out him? You got it on camera, right? I outed him.
Yeah, I used
to.
to make Scotty mad all the time, folks.
Yeah, he did, and we could probably. Okay, I'll tell you one of those stories.
Scotty's gonna out me.
You said you're outing. So we were in this private residence in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and we were all there, and it was really cool. We were downstairs doing an EVP session around the couch, and Joe sitting on the couch, and we had cameras going with night vision all over the place, so you could definitely see what we were doing. You could see everybody moving, you could see everything. So then Joe all of a sudden he goes, ow! And he goes like, and he pulls his arm up, and sure enough, he got scratched. And the first thing Joe says, yeah, I must have run into something. Something must have done it. And I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. And I got mad. I was like, Joe always used to say to me for years, I need something to come out of the wall and scratch me, and then I will believe. And so tonight he had somebody come out of the wall and scratch him, and he still didn't believe. I was just like, dude, you are crazy. You're crazy. And I could be swearing like I did that night.
Yeah.
But I'm not, so I'm being really good.
I got called all kinds of names.
Yeah, I was like, dude. And then we went back and we looked at the video. Nothing came close to Joe. Nothing. But here's what we're talking about. So if you don't see one of us tonight on film, it's probably because we're going to be up here sitting on our little toilet. And there's a lot of weird stuff out here. There's a chair down there where I opened the show with. We have a couple of toilets out here.
Alright guys, so we're out here in this cemetery. And we see Tommy in the background somewhere maybe. He's filming. Got Scotty Rorek with us. He's actually in the van heating up because it's like 37 degrees out here right now and it's a little cold. But so we're gonna go take you through the cemetery now, show you what we're gonna experience. You see behind me, it's just pitch black out here. We've already had a couple cars show up. Well, one came halfway down the road and left, and then another one actually turned into the cemetery and seen us backed out, and they left. So I'm sure the cops will be out here at some point tonight, but oh well, that's what we do. Alright, so we're gonna, Tommy's up there in the distance. Go try to catch up with him. You see snow on the ground. It's very cold out here. Go walk up here. They got some graves up here with a bunch of, I think maybe over here. There's like a grave all by itself over here. Which if you guys have noticed that in our videos, we always find a cemetery that's always got like one or two graves like way off by themselves. But over here you see, obviously it was a young child. I'm trying to look at a date on there. I can't really see. Oh, what? See the little dolls and all that. That's kind of creepy. It's a bunch of dolls with no hair. Okay, something just moved right in front of me. Okay. The hell was that? We're out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's a little cemetery surrounded by woods and cornfield. There's Tommy up there. This place, and I want to say I've been to this location. It's been about 4 years since I've been out here, but I mean, there's just, every time we've been here, there's been some sort of activity. You know, there's a lot of claims of what people called the Running Man, not the dance, but the Running Man. And they is basically, and they've had reporters from like newspapers and stuff come out here, and it actually happened to a guy who's out here doing a story for a newspaper, and the, you know, claims of someone running up behind them, you know, real heavy footsteps. And this actually happened to this guy. I actually got to witness this myself. Not that time, but another time we were out here, we were over on the other side of the cemetery, and we actually heard that. Kind of keep looking over here. There's footsteps, or footprints, not steps. And it's like they lead into the woods. I don't know. I can't really tell. So what I'm looking at is like these ones right here. You know. And they go back here. I'm gonna go back here by myself. This is nuts. Oh yeah. But it looks like it stops right here. Alright, I'm gonna take you guys over here where we were all sitting last time I was out here. And there was Tommy in the background there. Over here is where we heard, you know, that, what they call the running man. You know, it came running actually up on us in the woods. I heard that. Did you hear that, Tommy?
I heard something up there earlier.
Oh, I just heard something over there, like someone running, like moving around.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like, like a animal or something moving around.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, we were over here. Wait, I'm losing my bearings here in the dark. Alright, here we go. So over here, these little twin headstones is where we have a photo, and Scotty's actually trying to dig it up for me. I can't find it on, you know, I don't have the photo anymore. But it's literally standing behind Scotty is this other figure that was not there. We actually had members of MUFON, who do all the UFO stuff and all that. They actually looked at it, and oh, that's Scotty. They actually looked at it and looked at the properties of the photo, told us, you know, there's no way it was doctored or anything like that, and that it didn't make any sense to them. So we thought that was kind of cool. Here's another grave with some toys, or little stuffed animals. And is that a snowball? Oh no, it's a ball. Okay.
You see it's cold, I got double hats on. So
Yeah, Scotty over there doing a live Facebook.
Live with these guys doing live. Hi Art, hi Jim, hi, we're all out investigating tonight at the Church Road Cemetery. We do have a notebook with and a scarf. Well, not for seeing you, it's pretty cold.
Oh, it's so cold out here. Nope.
Running away from something.
I don't know.
Back there.
Oh, I'm breathing hard now. Oh.
I heard something, and then all of a sudden I heard you running.
I heard two, and then like a bang.
Here comes,
Okay. So over here. Yeah. I don't know. I think I was about right here, because I don't know. I think I did that and not too many steps.
Yeah, you came flying out of here.
Oh yeah.
We were just talking.
Whew.
I heard some kind of noise.
Well,
I heard
from
noise up here.
From back over there, it sounded like someone took 2 steps. Like I heard, and then.
Right.
And this is gonna sound really bad, but like, you know how you do the whole Bigfoot thing and pop on the trees.
Right.
That's what I heard, like a big bang. Not saying that it's Bigfoot.
No, but I heard.
But
that.
I heard
that
something
big
hit
thing,
like a tree or hit something, and yeah, I was gone. I was up here by myself.
Robin says maybe they're coming to see what nuts were trumping around in the cold snowy in the cemetery.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. For crazy people.
Oh man, I haven't ran that fast in a long time. See over here, someone actually has a tree stand set up.
Yeah, but we looked here earlier today and we didn't see any of that.
See, now this is
There's
up
no
here
way
where I
you can
heard
walk
something
through
too.
this without
Yeah.
making multiple steps. That's the thing. As you guys can see down there, there's the back of the thing.
I'm not gonna interrupt someone's hunting stuff, but
Nobody hunts at night.
hey, what are we doing?
Skeptical things. You don't see animals at night.
No. I did see a little field mouse.
Oh, good. You can keep them off by yourself.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy already. You know, Tommy and I are filming for YouTube. Scotty's over there doing a Facebook Live. And I feel really stupid because right in the middle of Scotty's Facebook Live video, I came running out like a little girl out of the woods.
You'll be able to edit
I know.
the video.
Oh yeah.
That's a good thing. We're all filming out here tonight, so.
Yeah, it was crazy, and it sounded like 2 footsteps up behind me, and then something hitting a tree, and yeah, like I said, I was up there by myself.
Footsteps, but we definitely, I think we actually caught the hitting the tree on my Facebook Live. So
Nice.
So I think it's actually on there. Because then after I heard the big like hitting the tree, like all of a sudden I heard you running, and then I heard you say, "Oh hell no!" and you came running.
I know. I kind of wussed out right there, didn't I?
Nah, that was cool. That's the old days.
Actually, no, come on. In the old days, I'd have just been like, no, it was probably a leaf falling off the tree.
That's true. That's true.
Never seen a leaf run so fast.
Oh, that leaf was gone with the wind. Yeah, we're like losing all our lights now and everything. So the light, I lost my big light, so the little one I have now is pretty dinky. So I can get up close, but as you can see, anything in the distance I can't. So we're gonna try to do the best we can for you.